red corner. He's your man from St Leonard's, the Junkyard Dog, Kane McKay. Hit me with your best.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? When the party was nice, the party was pumping. And everybody having a ball. Until the fellas started in calling.
Well, hello everyone and welcome to the Geelong Arena here on the beautiful Bellarine Peninsula as we watch Kane McKay come to the ring. His comeback fight after a bit of a break, the young man who has fought for a number of titles, the former Victorian light heavyweight champion, 35 years of age. Kane McKay making his comeback tonight, weighing 89.3 kilos, and his opponent in the blue corner is Peter Brennan.
Welcome back to Centre Ring, Friday Night Fights, SBS Promotions. Fighting for men's health. 4 rounds of interstate cruiserweight boxing. Ringside position, Dr. Naomi Harris. Timekeepers at the bell, Chris Anderson Jr. and Tom Davis. When the bell tells you, man in charge of the action, Chris Anderson Sr. Judges at ringside, Anika Williams, Ignatius Miscellatus, and Jeff Eddy under the 10-point must system. When you welcome in the blue corner from Carnes Hill, Sydney, New South Wales, 32 fights, 9 wins, 19 losses, 4 draws, 2 wins by knockout. Holder, WBF Intercontinental Cruiserweight Championship. He tipped the scales at 89.450 kilograms, wearing sea blue trunks with white trim. When you welcome back to Victoria, making his 3rd Victorian appearance, Peter Brennan. And across the ring, from St Leonard's, by Tony Selder's Mulat Gymnasium. He's fought some of the biggest names in Aussie boxing. Blake Camporello, Tiger Tim Bell, Daniel Porky Lovett, and Joe Casey twice over the past 8 years. He brings to Centre Ring a record of 19 fights, 8 wins, 2 draws, 4 wins by knockout. At 89.30 kilograms, black trunks with a touch of gold and white. When you welcome the Junkyard Dog, it's Kane McKay. Here's Chris Anderson Sr.
And the atmosphere is absolutely electric right here in the arena Geelong as we listen to referee Chris Anderson give some instructions to the fighters.
In the dressing room, nice and tidy, protect yourself at all times. Listen to me at all times. Good luck, boys. Wait for the bell.
We've got the Junkyard Dog, Kane McKay, a local Geelong product, in the red corner with the black boxing trunks with the white band and stripe. And Peter Brennan, an all-time real tough guy from New South Wales, in the blue corner with the blue shorts and the blue trunks. Joining me at ringside is the Vice President of the IBF, the International Boxing Federation Worldwide Operations, Mr. Ray Wheatley. Ray, welcome to Geelong.
Good on you, Brad. Thanks for the welcome, mate. It's a very nice place. What a great venue we got here, Brad.
Tremendous venue. We're here on the beautiful Bellarine Peninsula down here in Geelong, and of course we're home of the AFL current reigning and defending premiers, the AFL, the mighty Geelong Cats. And as we're looking at another battle tonight between Peter Brennan, a real rugged, tough, we couldn't call him a journeyman because he's just fought anybody and everybody. He's been in with the rest, and Kane McKay just making his comeback after being out of the ring for quite some time. Yeah, I think it's about 2 years.
It looks like a fairly even matchup, Bradley.
And it's a good matchup. It's a good matchup.
Mate. Physically, doesn't look to be much in it, mate. About the same height, these guys.
Well, this is Peter Brennan's. Actually, he's probably got the advantage here, Ray. He's having his 5th fight for 2012. He's had 4 fights this year, and he's had a couple of championship fights, and he's dropped a couple of decisions there. But you know, he's a real trier as he slips under the big right hand from Kane McKay. But again, Peter Brennan, 32 fights, just 9 wins, 2 by knockout, 19 losses. But let me tell you, those losses have been some very, very good company.
And when you look at Peter Brennan back in 2010, had that great victory over Yoshinori Nishiwauza.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
12-round fight.
Absolutely.
And as we know, Nishiwauza had Marcus Beyer on the canvas, also Anthony Mundine.
And Mundine, of course, too. And I refereed Nishizawa many times myself. He was, I think he was something like about a 5 or 6-time OPBF super middleweight and light heavyweight champion. And at one stage was just almost unbeatable. And for Peter Brennan to come up with a win against the aging Nishizawa, but he still can fight Yoshinori, and a lovely guy outside the boxing ring too.
Yeah, that was an upset that night. No one really expected Peter to win that fight, but boxed very well, boxed above himself, and won a very good fight, a 12-round fight.
He just collected Kane McKay with a nice little short right hand and went straight over Kane's left hand, and Kane looks like he's just starting to blow a little bit at the moment. He's using a lot of energy, but then again, he hasn't been in the ring for quite some time, so you know he's been out. But he's also fought some of the very best. Kane McKay, record 19 wins, 19 fights, 18 wins, 4 by KO, and but he just grinds it out. But I don't see this fight going to distance, Ray.
No, it doesn't look that way. Kane McKay, he's fought the cream of the crop, bro.
Oh, he has. He's fought Joel Casey, former Australian and PABA dual champion, a couple of times, former world-rated fighter. He is the former Victorian light heavyweight champion. He won that from Charles Knock over at Thomastown back in April 2008. And he's fought a lot of them. He's fought Les Sherrington, Kane McKay, and he's not game to have a go, but they're slugging away. They're it's just...
the bum's going.
Good first round, actually. I'd have to, I think, maybe while Kane really took the fight up to Peter, I think Peter's effective work rate was just a little greater with the cleaner punches. But then again, you'd expect that from a guy who's having his 5th fight for the year.
That's right.
Seconds out as we
I'm just trying to think of Mick's last name. Will come to me in a moment, but which was really sad. Mick Murray and Mick Murray, Kevin Murray used to fight, and of course Kevin, and but I think he trained with him. But Tony's been around a long, long time, so I know that they would have done a lot of sparring, a lot of training down here. We're looking at former Victorian light heavyweight champion Kane, the Junkyard Dog Mackay in the red boxing gloves with the black short, just hit Peter Brennan over the top with a nice little right hand.
Very aggressive, Kane McKay.
Yeah, you don't have to go and find him. He's always going to be there in front of you, and he knows his way around a boxing ring, okay?
Throwing some nice punches, Brad.
Absolutely. Good left hook there. Certainly caught the attention of Peter Brennan. Nice little uppercut, just missed the mark. He's going after Brennan here, Ray.
Certainly is. He's landed some nice punches, but at this stage, I haven't seen Brennan in any sort of trouble. But, yeah, Kane McKay getting home with some nice punches.
Just to let you know just a little bit about Kane McKay, he has really fought some of the best in the business. He made his professional debut, believe it or not, against former number 6 world-rated fighter at a little bit later time, Les Sherrington, Lock and Load Sherrington. He's fought Nader Hamden, Tim Bell, Joel Casey twice, Blake Caparello, the world-rated light heavyweight champion who's going to fight Aaron Pryor Jr. Next month here in Melbourne. He's fought Daniel Baff, Daniel Lovett, Sean Connell, Sonny Michelangelo, and so he's barred no one. He's fought everyone, and he's really taking the fight up to Peter Brennan here.
And against Daniel Baff, I believe that was a majority decision, which was a very close fight.
Yeah, close decision. Daniel Baff, one of the stars of Australian boxing, had been out injured just in recent times with a crook hand, but nice little uppercut from Peter Brennan. Peter just sort of tending to stand in front of Kane McKay a little bit. He doesn't need to do that because Kane's just going to always be in front of him. He's always going to make him work. It's really a fight of attrition. Big right hand right on the ear of Peter Brennan. And then, Ray, when we look at Peter Brennan also, he's fought some of the best. He's fought Diamond Dale Westerman, former world kickboxing champion, Joel Burke, Tim Bell, Brett Smith, Jamie Pittman, he's fought him twice, the current Australian cruiserweight champion, Daniel Amann, Kerry Foley, Jay Bryce, and of course, as we mentioned a little bit before, Yoshinori Nishizawa, absolutely with bigger scalp than he's ever got, and of course the great Moses Sorobi. So been around a long time. He made his debut back in November 2002 with a 4-round win over Clint Johnson in Gosford. So he's hit Kane right on the button there with the left hook. He's ducked the punch, he's gone to the body again. starting to bridge that gap a little bit is Peter Brennan.
Certainly getting home some nice punches, but Kane McKay keeping up a solid offence.
Scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds here at the arena here in Geelong, with the main event coming up a little bit later on tonight as we're working through the undercard. And we've got the pride of Melbourne, the King, Sam Solomon, looking to cement his place for a fight for the IBF Championship of the World as we see the end of the round. Another good round. Certainly a Kane McKay round, that one, Ray.
Yeah, he's outworked Peter Brennan in that round. Well, when you look at his professional career, he's had four defeats, and the only defeats have been against guys that have been world champions. But Felix Sturm, gave Felix Sturm a good fight, lost on points. Gave Sebastian Smith a very good fight, lost a split decision. Najikam had him through the ropes, lost a decision to Najikam, and in 2008 lost an eliminator to Raul Marquez. Absolutely. It was also a world champion.
And lost by 1 point from which we'll expand on that just a little bit later on, Ray. He hasn't fought since 2011.
Had 2 fights in 2011. They weren't big name fighters, but he won both the fights very early. As we know, Sam Solomon's last 2 wins have been against Garth Wood and Aramasali Albert, both well-rated fighters.
Absolutely.
Sam's had good recent competition.
Absolutely. And I think if anything is going to hurt Lorenzo, that is going to be that he's in activity for that last 10 months or 8 months out of the ring. And we know that Sam Solomon is an absolute machine when it comes to training. He is Mr. Fitness Perfection, isn't he? And he leaves nothing to the imagination when he comes into the boxing ring. If he's in the boxing ring, he has done the work.
There's no one more professional than Sam Solomon. Professional boxing in Australia today.
Yep.
Always in 110% shape.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got ourselves a real Barney of a fight here with Peter Brennan in the blue trunks with the blue, with the white band and striping and the blue gloves, and of course the local favourite Kane McKay making a comeback after 2 years and 2 months out of the ring, and doing very, very well. This is a really hard fight to score because McKay got the punches. He goes up top. He works the body as well. Kane McKay with the black trunks and the white band and stripe, just missed with a left uppercut. Little right heart, right under the heart.
McKay outworking.
Oh, Brennan. Beautiful little left uppercut, hook to the underneath the chin. He's really got Peter in a little bit of strife here. Peter fighting back. He's not going backwards though, Ray.
No, he's a very game fighter, Peter Brennan, but he's getting outworked at this stage.
Absolutely. I think just his absolute heart and his desire to stay in this fight that's keeping him up, because Kane McKay is hitting him with everything.
The layoff hasn't seemed to have worried Kane McKay.
Not at all. He's come back, and look, you know, and I think he's still carrying a little bit around the midriff, but he'll certainly get fitter, and he desperately needs the rounds. And as I said a little earlier, Peter Brennan has been in some good company. This is his 5th fight for the year, and his last fight was back in May when he lost a 4-round decision to a heavyweight by the name of Ben Rotniak up at St Mary's. So
that's right.
You know, this kid's really a light heavyweight. He's fighting at cruiserweight because he finds making the weight easier. He's not a heavyweight anything, but Kane ripping to the body, round into the ribs, lefts and rights to the top of the head. Peter standing right in front of him. I think Peter's idea of the defence is the thing that goes around the back of your house. Kane really asserting his authority here, and the crowd really getting behind the local favourite as we see the bell for the end of the 3rd round. And another good round for the Junkyard Dog, Kane McKay, as he turns it on for his local crowd here at the arena here in Geelong. SBS Promotions and
David Stanley's done a great job.
Fabulous job, and it's their first promotion. David Stanley and Michael and Sam Solomon. Yep, terrific effort. As the boys touch gloves for the 4th and final round of this cruiserweight war. 89.3, the man in the black, the local favourite, weighed in last night, and 89.5 kilos, the guy in the blue. That's Peter Brennan from New South Wales. Both going at it. Kane McKay, I like the way that when he misses, he's always got something coming back to answer his opponent. He doesn't just throw one or two, he's always throwing punches in bunches. The atmosphere here at Ray is just tremendous. The crowd are really getting into the fight here as Kane McKay trying to take the ascendancy here in this fourth and final round. Goes over the top with a right hand, cops a little bit of a right uppercut for his trouble there. Peter Brennan sees the punches coming very well, got under that, got hit with a good little left hook there. Starting to get a little bit tired, Ray. The shine's starting to come off him a little bit now.
They've fought in top gear from round one. And
good short right hand by Kane McKay.
Kane McKay's done a good job there.
He has. Peter Brennan goes over the top with the right hand. He's finishing off strong too, McKay. To be really honest, I thought Kane might feel the heat a little bit. Goes to the body, left rip to the body, right uppercut, double left hook by Kane McKay. Finishing off very, very well. Peter Brennan on the back move now. Only arrived here in Geelong this afternoon. Pete had work commitments, couldn't get down here. Maybe the flight has taken his toll. The left hook, the right hand, the overhand right. He's finishing all over Peter Brennan now. And the Geelong crowd are letting him know that they're supporting him as well.
Peter Brennan in a bit of trouble there, Bradley.
He is, absolutely. But how brave is Peter Brennan, Ray? You couldn't blame him for throwing into tower. He comes over the top with the right hand that hits Kane.
He's got plenty, but he keeps coming.
He's thinking to himself, hey, what do I got to do to keep this guy away from me? Incredibly brave, and you can imagine Kane McKay when he actually does get into some fitness and get fit again. Terrific end to this fight. Can't be too long to go now as the boys stand in almost in centre ring and slugging away. Left rip to the body by McKay. Little short right hand over the top. I think he's going to come home, Kane McKay, and I think he's certainly earned this one, Ray.
Yeah, he's basically been in top gear from round one, Brad.
Hasn't he?
Yeah. And he's maintained the pace.
I thought Peter Brennan was a little sharper in round one, but certainly Kane McKay's let him know who's the boss from there. He's come over the top as a boy, they go hard at it. There's left and rights as Kane finishing all over the top of Peter Brennan. That's the end of what a terrific.
Peter Brennan
and the boys embrace.
McKay.
What a terrific fight. That great sportsmanship there. Kane McKay over in the blue corner, wishing him his opponent all the very best, and he can be very, very proud of his effort tonight here at the arena. And
ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judges Anita Williams and Jeff Eddy both had 39-37. Final counting matches miscellaneous 39-36. Your winner unanimous points from the red corner.
And there we have it, as I thought, Ray. 39-37, 39-37, 39-36 to the Junkyard Dog, and the crowd here at the arena have just erupted.
Very good scoring by the judges.
Yeah, and I think the first round just went to, and then look, what about that for fabulous sportsmanship from Peter Brennan. Raises his hand in defeat. Great sportsman, great, terrific, and this is what this sport's all. That's heartwarming to see that as a
great ambassador for Australian boxing.
Absolutely.